Hey everyone, and welcome back to On a Water Break, the podcast where we talk about everything you and your friends are talking about at rehearsal on a water break. This week we are all about the end of the summer and we are getting on to marching band. But first we'll find out what made Nicole say,
y'all are somebody's kids, and we're all older than you. Can you leave? Please?
And why Neil said,
it's not my favorite show they've done, but man, they're good.
All this and more on this week's episode of On a Water Break.
8 off the mat and go. Welcome to On a Water Break, the podcast where we talk everything marching arts.
Everyone, bring it in. It's time for a water break.
All right. Hello, everyone. It is Steven this week, and we have a great episode lined up. It is going to be all about band camp and the end of the DCI season. But before we see who's on the sidelines this week, go subscribe on your favorite listening app, write us a review, share it with a friend. If you got a question or a good topic to talk about, you can email us at onawaterbreakpodcast@gmail.com or find us on social media and DM us if you want to be on the show. We've got a form that you can fill out now, too, if you want to be a guest. Check it out at the link in our bio. But now, with no further ado, who we got on the sidelines this week? We have Nicole coming to us live from, looks like a gym at the Academy rehearsal site.
Yeah, it's a wrestling room. I can actually show you what
nice.
The rest of that looks like. Yeah, and a funny story is I got woken up today by two high school wrestlers that came in and just started sparring in front of all of us. Yeah, trying to be like, hey, y'all are somebody's kids, and we're all older than you. Can you leave? Please?
Something like that happened to us at Bush this last weekend. We were staying at the same housing site overnight, like for a whole day or whatever, 2 days. So we were sleeping in their weight room, and they told us, like, yeah, you're fine. School's not in session. You can just leave everything in there. And then we went back in after rehearsal, and there were like 3 different college students just like lifting weights next to my air mattress and just like pumping it. It's like, oh, guess we're school's in session. But
yeah, but we're in Pennsylvania right now, so we're about to go to the Erie show.
Nice. Very nice. I wish I was out on tour. I have a wedding on Friday, so I won't be able to be there. But a lot of the folks on the call today will. So let's hear who else is on the sidelines this week. We've got Neal Bright as well. Neal was on the Savannah Bananas episode we did recently. Awesome, fun guy with fun stories. Neal, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Yeah, dude, we're glad that you're here. Thanks for coming back. And we've got a couple other guests on the sidelines with us this week. We've got the Director of Sales and Marketing for Fruhauf and owner and CEO of Virtual Assistant Director, Chris Green.
Chris, I love applause more and more. I'm excited to be here. I am the National Sales Manager for Fruhauf.
Fruhauf. My apologies. Fruhauf. Well, we're very happy that you're here as well. And we'll get to hear a little bit about what you'll be up to this week. And as well as with Lori Winschel from Starting Line Design. Lori, thanks for joining us.
Hey, yay, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I can actually hear you.
Yay!
We had some technical difficulties there for a moment. But Lori, thanks for joining us on the call today. I believe that we don't have a 32 count life story from either you or Chris yet. So why don't we get 8 off the Met, and then Chris, you ready to give us your 32 count life story?
Sure.
All right, nice. You'll get 8, and then there you go. Hit us with everything that you got.
All right. I've been in the performing arts now for my entire life, and I freaking love it. So I am with Fruhauf Uniforms, Virtual Assistant Director, Guard Closet, and anything else I can get my hands on to help my customers get what they need. I'm excited today to be on this call with 2 other Fruhauf representatives. So I'm excited about DCI week. It's going to be amazing.
Nice. Yeah, thanks for taking the time to hop on here. And in a minute here, we're going to find out kind of what you're going to be up to this week with DCI week. I understand it's going to be a busy week. But before we do that, let's hear a little bit about Lori and what kind of brings you and your whole story getting us to our call today. You ready to give it a shot, Lori?
Yeah, do I wait 8 and then go?
Yeah, you'll take 8 off the Met and then you're in.
All right, I'm ready. Oh, okay. I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and I am a mom. I have 3 kids. They're 6, 7, and 8, married to my husband, who was a band director. I got a degree in music education. I do all things visual music, and I used to play the flute, do color guard, marched lots of different places, marched Glassman, taught Spirit, taught Blue Stars, marched NEI, World Guard back in the day. Now I judge, sell uniforms, costumes, play in the Fruhauf world, play in guard closet world. Oh my gosh, my time's almost up. This is crazy. It's a lot of fun. Yay.
You squeezed a lot into 32 counts.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm interrupting Cal. Moo. What show did you do, Lori, at NEI?
I did 06, 07, 08. I marched Entrapment, Global Truth, and Quietus.
Oh. Okay, I'm a huge NEI fan, and you marched during a lot of the shows that I loved. I used to march at Patriots.
Yay.
Yay. Great.
Awesome.
I'm going to have to go back and check out some of these videos. I was, oh boy, what was I doing then? Probably like playing Mario on my Game Boy or something like that.
A young whippersnapper.
I have a lot that I can go back. A lot of great shows. Awesome. So Chris, Lori, Nicole, Woody, and a whole bunch of other folks from On a Water Break are going to be all over DCI Finals this week. This episode is going to be coming out on semifinals day, Friday of DCI Finals week, but we're recording it a little early. Hopefully everyone's having good shows and great times, but let's go around the horn here and figure out where you guys going to be. What are you guys going to be up to? Do you want to go first, Chris?
Sure. I will be at the Fruhauf suite upstairs, plus we have a booth downstairs, and I'm also going to be at Soundsport, as we're a founding partner of Drumline Battle and Soundsport. And I'm actually going to do a surprise appearance in Phoenix, Drum Bugle Corps' Soundsport show. I will be in something extremely recognizable, but I can't say what it is. But I would love some selfie opportunities with that.
Nice. Well, I think we're going to probably have some good videos and posts going up on our Instagram page whenever you're in costume there. I look forward to hearing it. But cool. So Soundsport, DCI Drumline Battle. I want to actually talk more about Drumline Battle at some point. I hope we get a little bit of time later today. But I feel like Drumline Battle could be so much bigger than it is. That's like a big general audience thing. Would love it. But awesome. Soundsport stuff is cool. Lori, what are you going to be up to?
I'm coming in straight for finals day. Being a mom keeps me kind of stationary. So I'm excited to finally be back. I haven't been to a DCI finals in probably 5 or 6 years, actually. So I got to see one show live this summer, and I'm so excited to see everybody else and just be able to take in all the sound and watch some cute twirls. These kids do crazy stuff these days. I'm like looking at the things that I used to do, and I'm like, God, if I was their age, to be able to challenge myself with the things they're doing now is just, I can't even wrap my brain around some of the tricks these kids do.
Yeah, it's super impressive. Right. Yeah, that's just in color guard world, but I think it's true in drumline world as well. I got to see Phantom at the show I was at in Williamsport 2 days ago, and Phantom was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sound great too. I love that Phantom is kind of getting a second little renaissance here. It's been a couple years since they've really been doing as good as they are now. But cool. And Nicole, I have a hunch. I think I know what you're going to be up to most of this week, but what are you doing?
I mean, I could go to the beach, but yeah, I'm finishing up tour. We are doing that, having some good stuff. This is, like my last summer teaching. So definitely getting all that good. No, that's a good thing. And so, but on the last day, because I live so close to the oil can, I'm going to go home and then come back for finals and join Chris and Lori and on the fun stuff that's happening on finals day. So that'll be new for me, because usually we're running around during WQL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that'll be cool. That was how I felt a little bit doing DCI All Age, because you are doing stuff finals day, but you're done by like 12. And then it's over, and then you get to just do DCI finals as a spectator, which is pretty cool. Makes the DCI All Age experience really nice, honestly. And then Neil, I'm curious. I don't think you're going to DCI Finals, but are you doing anything fun with the Savannah Bananas?
Well, I'm not going to Denver. I'm back. We're pre-planning right now. The kids come back on Wednesday, so I'm hot and heavy. I did just get back from Baltimore, which was awesome. I miss Philly. Sorry, but I am having a Bandad. I'm having a Bandad Mellow section party at my house. Watch finals with my daughter and her new mellophone section.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
So that's going to be fun.
I remember that.
I looked at taking them up there to go see it, and I got on the ball way too late. And there's only seats on like the 20s and the 25s. And I'm like, never mind. I can't do that. Yeah.
For real, what you're doing and like having that little party, that's kind of cool and kind of much better. You know,
it's real cool. When I figured that out, I texted her yesterday and said, do you just want to have a little mellow watch party over here? Because y'all been talking about getting together. And she goes, oh, yes. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Nice. That's awesome. I remember having so much fun at those types of things when I was in high school too. That's when you form a little band, kid.
Yeah. And by the way, our band we're at Fruhauf. Mark Elrod is our rep down here in Georgia.
Oh, nice. Big Fruhauf episode.
Yeah. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, let's take this chance to preview some amazing episodes and bonus content that we've got going on. Last week's episode with the 1934 Foundation announcing the Legacy drum corps, I believe. Also learned a lot about crab walking and being up on your toes from pretty amazing historical stories there. So great episode. Definitely want to go check that out and hear about the new corps that's coming around. And then Neil's episode about his journey with the Savannah Bananas is also no bias here. Really good episode. Should go check that one out. And Neil, have you heard anything from people that heard your episode or anything about a Savannah Banana world or anything like that?
I have some people will say, I saw you did a podcast. I'm like, yeah, it was cool, and
nice.
Talking about you doing the drum line up there. So it was really neat to do that. And I met All Time Low this weekend. How crazy is that?
Whoa, that's cool.
Because they did a performance at the game on Friday. So I was like, dude, so it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's why the entertainment band is the best. People overlook it.
We watched. When we were at Allentown, Jeremy was with me, and so was Ricardo. And we were at a bar. We were going to eat, and we saw Savannah Bananas playing the Firemen. I think, yeah,
firefighters.
Yeah, that was so cool. I've honestly never seen it on TV.
To put it together, one of the Bostin Brass staff was there on Saturday. She didn't go to Allentown because her in-laws got tickets to the game. And I guess she follows me on social media, and she sent me a DM and goes, I'm here. Meet up and say, hey, and I did. And that's when she told me she was on Crossman staff, and she wasn't there. So that's pretty cool.
That's wild, the way it's all starting to overlap.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I also must have caught something Savannah Bananas related at a staff hang at a bar because I saw someone wearing stilts pitching a softball game. And I just was like, Neil's got to be somewhere around that. I don't know where he is, but
that's cool.
Nice. All right. Well, Nicole's got to get the guard warmed up here, but we'll be back in a couple minutes after she runs some tosses.
Celebrating its 25th anniversary, Guard Closet was founded as a consignment shop in 2000. Since then, it has grown to become your one-stop shop for the marching arts.
Do you need consignment uniforms and flags for your color guard, marching band, or drumline? We have thousands of sets of consignments in stock and ready to ship.
Do you need show design and custom choreography? Our designers have years of experience in the marching arts.
Do you need to sell your items and clear out your storage areas? We take in more than 600 sets of consignments each year and return hundreds of thousands of dollars to our consigners for their sales.
Do you need to have your students order shoes, gloves, and other equipment? We can set up a microsite for easy student ordering of a wide variety of items.
Do you need custom costumes or flags? We can help get you great designs from our team through top vendors like Show Day Designs.
Have you listened to our podcast, On a Water Break? Weekly episodes and bonus content keep you entertained and informed with what's going on in the marching arts.
For over 25 years, Guard Closet has been here to help. Check us out at guardcloset.com or follow us on social media.
All right, now, why don't we see what's happening in the news this week? All right, I'll take the first story this week because I'm a Penn State alumni and former member of the Penn State Blue Band, so I'm the perfect person to share this story with our audience. But Penn State Blue Band is making history for the program, even 125 years in. So for the first time ever, we've announced a female drum major for the 2025-2026 season. So the lead drum major is Ellie Sheehan. And she is the first woman to ever hold the position at Penn State. So, former piccolo player. She was a, quote, respected leader in the band's piccolo section. Feels honored to serve as the drum major. And, first time it's ever happened. So, congratulations to her. And it's nice for the program to take a step forward in that way. All right. Next story here. Neil, I think you've got a story for us.
There was a brass band, the Bostin, that's Bostin, brass band out of Birmingham that played at Ozzy Osbourne's funeral, or I don't know if it was a funeral, but his celebration, and that's pretty cool. We did I wasn't there, but in Philly, some of the guys wrote out a War Pigs intro or kind of an interlude in the middle of Rage, and they went into that to tribute Ozzy. So nice. that was pretty good, and that's went hard on social. So I think that's really neat that the brass bands got incorporated in that.
Yeah, it's cool to see a lot of like live music stuff. Really, a lot of people paying respect to Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy passed away. So rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. All right, I've got another story for us here. Because I was there at the DCI show in Williamsport this week. It was on Saturday, so it'll be almost a week ago when this episode comes out. But super interesting show because Williamsport's always historically been a big DCA town. They've done DCA Finals there a couple times, always been a big DCA competition. But I think this is the first time that DCI is involved now because of the crossover with All Age. So they had a lot of different groups there. Bushwhackers, Cabs, Hurricanes for DCA, but then also had a DCI competition in open class with Music City. Well, Music City's not open, my bad. A lot of world-class lines, a lot of DCA open class lines. Phantom Regiment was there, Troopers, Blue Stars. So it's cool to see all that kind of get out into central Pennsylvania. And my Bushwhackers came back in second place this week, so...
Nice. As somebody who marks DCA, I think that's pretty cool because it seems that the crowds are more, it's bigger now. It's overlapped and you get a more crowd, fan, prominent experience because they're there also for the DCI group. So that's really good for those all age groups.
And it's cool for like Bush this week. They've been working their way out to Indy, and I think they might be the only world-class group that's doing it. But they're actually fully mini touring. So they'll have been rehearsing for like 8 or 9 days straight by the time they perform the finals, which like tour for the touring groups is only like 6 weeks. So that's like a very legitimate amount of tour. And they do a lot of stops on DCI shows now. So it's like, the other DCI groups were kind of coming out to the DCA show on Saturday, but then Bush is going to be out at a DCI show tonight in Pittsburgh. And that's never been a DCA show. It's always been DCI. So
I'll jump in real quick if we got a second, because I was director of several DCA groups over the years, and we were calling for this 20 years ago. And so we were like, no. I think now with open class being the way they are, the international class, it makes so much more sense. People have a quality drum corps experience and get in on the big stage. I hate to call it Labor Day, but after last year and then blowing away budget by, I think, 10,000 attendees more than they anticipated, I think they're showing that this is a great partnership and a great way to give a drum corps experience to someone who can't do a full tour.
Yeah.
So now you have open class, you've got DCI All Age, both providing an alternative to full-time summer. But I love that Bushwhackers is doing a full tour. little mini tour going in. I kind of wish more would do it. But,
Yeah, I hope they can figure it out. I'm sure it's tough because then you got to get your vacation from work. The members that are like college age and younger, yeah, you're probably hopefully on summer vacation. But for everyone else, it'd be a little bit difficult. You got to take some PTO. But it's such a good experience, and DCA is way better for ending in Lucas Oil Stadium. Makes it.
Oh yeah. We did it in Rochester, New York when I was doing it, but that was a cool stadium. But it's not like Lucas Oil.
Yeah, no, and the amount of people is just way different too.
Yeah.
All right, I could go on about it forever. I love DCA and the new setup, but Nicole, I think you've got the next story for us.
I totally do. So, Music for All has went ahead and named their new CEO and president. But 7 months ago, there was a committee that was put together, board of directors, and they also had the guidance of the Laughlin partners. So they were being very serious about who they made the new CEO and president. And honestly, the questions that came at this guy, and it's Dr. James Weaver, who was named the new CEO and president. So if you ever want to check out the questions and answers and things like that they actually did or asked him, it's all on the Music for All website. So big plans that are going in for, I guess, 2026. One thing I did want to read kind of verbatim, though, that there was a range of backgrounds for all the candidates, and they were incredible. And sorry, I thought I was muted for a moment, and I wasn't. But they were all incredible. They also said they all shared a common theme, which was a deep respect for what Music for All represents. So at the end, the board thought that Dr. Weaver was the best candidate. And as he begins his new assignment, Weaver sat down with Doug Pirelli, I want to say the chairman of the board for Music for All, and shared his thoughts for everything that was going to happen. And it's all in this very extensive article that's on the Music for All website.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'm interested to kind of see where his head's at. But hopefully if he did good under all those questions, this seems like the right guy for the job.
Absolutely.
So, Chris, you got the next story for us about the Troopers?
I do, and we made the Troopers uniform a few years ago with Fruhauf, and then this year we stepped in and did their drum major uniforms, which has their first female drum major. We mentioned that earlier with Penn State, but Troopers is also experiencing the same kind of first, which is really cool. Long overdue. I'm glad to see it happening. But they brought back someone from a couple years ago, their cello player from their races season, and pulled it in Allentown, really vamped up the ending and doing a lot of tributes to Troopers of the past. You're starting to see a lot more ghost images and things. And I think someone else just mentioned something a minute ago that I hadn't realized.
So I saw it on
about a former director.
It was their director. I think he just passed away a couple of years ago, I think. But he always had the Stetson on. And so what I'm believing is going to happen is that they're going to feature the Stetson somewhere at the end of the show. So there's going to be all kinds of tears at the end of the Trooper show this year.
Definitely, for sure. And they're in that tight little block. This has been an exciting year for the competitive nature of it. But, I mean, they could be anywhere 8th to 10th. It just depends on how those days go out. So everyone's pulling out those last minute tricks and things to really push in the emotional punch, which is why I think what Lori's about to say is going to happen. I'm just saying.
Well, let's see what Lori's about to say. Well, you got our next story?
Yeah. I mean, as we go into, this road into finals week, Boston Crusaders they have their eyes set on the top of the top, don't they? So it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out this week. Boom, you can't miss it. And it doesn't matter where you sit. Does not matter where you sit in Lucas Oil Stadium. There is like a whole show going on and within like 5 yards. You could just be focused on that little section and get an entire production, and I think that's what's really cool with all the groups. But Boston specifically, I got the privilege of seeing them a couple weeks ago, and it's just like, I'm going to have to sit in like 12 different seats in order to experience this whole production because there's just so much going on. And I can't wait to see what they end up doing this week. And if they have any tricks they're going to pull out to squeak in a championship, we will see, won't we?
I hope they do. I really want to see it happen. I'm also biased towards the drum trophy. The last couple of years, they've gotten close, but usually by Allentown, it's just been so many notes, such a hard book that they've had a hard time being as clean as the other groups. But they're holding on. At least they have been in the last couple shows.
I thought that some of their issues was that they really used their battery more than their front.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they maybe have kind of closed that gap a little bit because they're just, good Lord. It's not my favorite show they've done, but man, they're good. Holy cow, they're good. And you're right. It's all over the place. It's all over the place.
From a color guard perspective.
What a great way to end their 85th anniversary. It would be for their first title.
Yeah.
I mean, they won BFW and stuff way back in the 60s and things, but the modern Boston Crusaders that hit finals in 1999 have just been rocking the entire way. They've had their slips and everything else, but they've never fallen out of the top 12. And if there's ever a year for them to potentially win, it's this. But it won't be won easily, so it's going to be exciting.
It's yeah. But they're doing more. It seems like they're doing more old school, like drill and actual movement segments and all the avant-garde flowy stuff that happens, you know what I mean? That's just field coverage and everything and forms moving. They are actually going, kind of back to that, especially at the end. It's very cadets-ish where they get in boxes and move things. It's pretty neat. So
you said avant-garde. Was that a hand at Santa Clara Vanguard show? We're trying to cross captions here. I'm getting confused. It's so exciting.
That's my term for the out-of-the-box traditional. That's my term.
Well, and one other thing too, from a color guard perspective, I have mad respect for twirlers. I got the privilege of working with the twirler a couple years ago when I was coaching, and it is so well done. It's so hard to feature twirlers on a field when you've got color guard and horns and drums and all the things happening, and for them to be able to be recognized and noticed and fit in the whole production. It was a challenge, I'm sure, but it's been really, really cool to watch.
Well, it'll be cool to see this week. By the time people are listening to this, we'll have already seen who won prelims, and we'll be itching to see how semifinals goes if you're listening to this the day it comes out. So, Nicole, we've got one last story. What's our story here?
This story is about one of our own. So Cynthia Bernard, who is one of our panelists on a water break, has become the first International Steering Committee member. We talked a little bit about this, but now it's official. Yes, so if you see Cynthia, tell her congratulations. But it goes back, there's an article that's on WGI's website that just talks about it and talks about how Cynthia is the first international steering committee member. And I think this opens a lot of doors for her, and also just for other guards in Canada and outside of the U.S., just to, let everyone know how things are working. So, that's big news, huge news. So congratulations, Cynthia.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to Cynthia. Sweet. So it's time for the Peak Group Travel Tip of the Week, brought to you by our sponsors at Peak Group Travel, helping you navigate your next adventure, whether it's across the country or just to your next competition.
Hi, everyone. It's time for your Travel Tip of the Week with me. I'm Beth with Peak Group Travel. If you're doing a special performance on your next tour, make sure you contact the venue to be sure of everything that's included. Things like electricity, chairs, stands, lighting, and maybe even large percussion instruments might not be included. So make sure you check before you leave in case you need to bring anything on your own. Don't forget to like and follow Peak Group Travel on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And be sure to email info@peakgrouptravel.com when you're ready to start planning your next performance tour. This is Beth with Peak Group Travel and your Travel Tip of the Week. Ready to elevate your travel game? Welcome to Peak Group Travel, the ultimate adventure creators. Whether you're planning an unforgettable class trip, a once-in-a-lifetime parade experience for your marching band, or a choir tour full of memorable performance venues, Peak Group Travel handles it all, so you can focus on making memories. From breathtaking international destinations to amazing adventures right here at home, Peak Group Travel customizes every journey to your vision. We're not just planners, we're your partners for the trip you want for your students. Our online registration portal makes managing your pre-trip experience smooth and convenient. We even collect your payments if you'd like. Picture it: effortless planning, unmatched experiences, and smiles that last long after the journey ends. That's the Peak Group Travel difference. And if you choose to partner with Peak on your next tour, and you mention that you heard about us on the On a Water Break podcast, you'll earn a $100 trip credit. Discover why groups everywhere trust Peak Group Travel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and be sure to visit peakgrouptravel.com today. You pick the date, and we'll make it great.
All right, everyone, we are back.
60-second tech block. 60-second tech block!
All right, everyone, it's time for the 60-second tech block. This is the segment where one of our hosts or guest clinicians is put on the spot to deliver a nonstop 60-second tech session on a topic that needs some serious attention after our last run-through. So, our special tech this week has come prepared with 3 topics that they think they could talk about for a full 60 seconds straight. No hesitation, no pauses, just pure technical gold. And this week, let's see, I think we are going to throw it over to Lori.
Yay.
And Lori, you said your best topics. You've got 3 of them for us. We've got slow tempo training, why the lower body, and the dance bubble. But I'll ask some of our panelists here. Neil, what do you think that we should talk about here today?
Let's go with the slow. Let's go with that.
Number 1, slow
Let's go with
tempo
the slow
training.
tempo training. Yeah. Get into
All
the
right.
weeds.
Well, you'll get a 60-second timer here. I think, Chris, do you have that ready to go? Or Neil's got it ready to go here for us?
This is legit. Here we go.
All right, you ready?
You really need the work, so.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Ready, go.
All right. Slow tempo training. As we are coming into, a lot of people are in band camp season right now, and some groups have been training throughout the summer. Some groups are just digging into training now. What I'm noticing and what I tend to see a lot is we don't dig into slow tempo training. A lot of teams start right off with just like a medium pace to sometimes even fast pace. But it could, in color guard, it could be drop spins. With marchers, it could be just regular like 8-to-5 style marching. It doesn't really matter. But taking the time to slow the tempo down really works on control, and that's going to be necessary for any type of movement we're doing. If you can't do it slow, you're probably not going to be able to do it fast. So breaking it down, slowing the tempo down, can you challenge your performers to take the tempo slower? So even subdividing so much as like a 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and allows you to really see where the mistakes are happening in technique. So let's say you're doing drop spins in a block and you're watching your students, you're seeing where that halfway point is. So,
Nice job.
Hey,
Got it.
60-second tech block.
I could probably talk 3 hours.
60-second tech block.
I could probably talk 3 hours on that tempo or on that topic.
Probably.
I think it probably would deserve it. No, it's funny how a lot of the stuff is the same no matter what part of the band you're in. Like if you're doing stuff with the color guard or you're in your drum line and you're teaching them how to mark time and move and play. Like you were so right that when you put it that slow, you will see every mistake. And it'll be glaringly obvious.
Allows you to dig in better as a coach.
And when you mention, it applies to the entire band. I was thinking the entire time we're always talking about things I used to do as a high school band director and as a drum corps director of just things that would make sense. But that small subdivision, that really slow, it really helps them to move those things out and to really prepare. So we're talking about a long, slow breath. Well, we've done that. And sometimes you've got to prepare slow and then immediately into fast when it comes to tempo changes. There's just endless amounts of things that can happen. And sometimes I think we push so far, so fast that we lose our students as opposed to slowing it down.
And people don't want to do it because it's uncomfortable.
Trying to get middle school kids to sing. Trying to get middle school kids to sing. The first time they're like, and after about 3 or 4 days, and they're figuring out, they're like, okay, we can do this. You got to get through stuff.
Exposed.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Band camp's coming up. I'm going to have to do that with my college students at Rowan. I will put their calves through immense amounts of pain as I force them to march at like 60 BPM.
Yes.
But that was a solid 60-second tech block. Hopefully someone out there got the tech advice that they didn't even know they needed. But now it's time to switch things up. Time for everyone's favorite, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
All right. Well, this is the part of the show where we let loose a little bit, or perhaps a lot. This is your chance to rant about something in the marching arts that just doesn't make sense. Could be a tradition that needs to go. Maybe it's a habit that the performers can't seem to break, or something that makes you think, why are we doing this? Or why haven't we started doing this yet? Whatever it is, this is your moment to call it out. So who's got something that they think they need to get off their chest? You can get us going, Chris.
All right, so I made a big post lately. I found as a judge for 25 plus years that I'm always making sure to check my bias. I did March Crown 92, 93, 94, 96. I've been involved with the foundation of several DCA groups. I've worked on so many staff. And I know half the people on these lines, that whether they're designers or wherever else. So when I'm judging, I don't care if it's a high school marching band, if it's Winter Guard, WGI Winds, drum, whatever it is, I'm trying to evaluate what they are performing for me, what they have designed for those kids. What I hate is when those biases come out of, oh, I've seen this before at this show or this show. Everything doesn't have to be brand new, baby. It just needs to be performed well.
It's a good point.
That is so
At some point.
That's a hard thing. Oof.
So we're going to bring it back. Next year, I think we're going to do Tilt 2.0. That would be my favorite, maybe.
That was our closer this year because I'm like, look, I want to do this. We got the sound system. It sounds cool. And somebody in the box goes, oh, I've never seen Tilt in a high school field. I'm like, well, now you have. Now you have.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea, especially if you do it well. Like, just give me a good show. I'm not going to get too caught up over it. Unless you steal something very, very clearly. It's just not even fun now. But for the most part, do it again. Someone else could redo something like Angels and Demons, and as long as it's not the exact same show, I feel like it would be awesome and we'd all love it.
But you also think of how many times we've had a good versus evil show, how many different ways it's been done, how many ways we've mixed uniforms and things to create cool effects. Yeah. Boston last year is that ending effect, the colors lining up was chill bump inducing.
It was cool.
It's not necessarily new.
I'm actually helping to design a show that is that right now.
Well, you also have to think that those are the top designers and people putting things together in drum corps. So when high school directors and kids are watching it, it's like, that's cool. We should do that. And you're just taking ideas from there. That's the top level. Why wouldn't you?
Right.
As long as you write it appropriately for the group that you have.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing about that too is like the way that I saw everything, not the way that we've seen it at all. And they're like, sure. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, it's stuff that's so simple, like, you see rainbows all the time done well, unveiling of the different colors of rainbows. And like Colts this year, I love the rainbow in their flags. Like, it's just so subtle, but so newly done. It's just a different take on something that's been done thousands and thousands of times.
Yeah. Just got to keep it fresh. And speaking of keeping things fresh, what's another what are we doing for this week?
I have one. I have a great one. And this is a what? Why are we not doing this? And having gotten a degree in music education, why are we not teaching? And there might be schools out there that are doing this, but why are we not teaching business classes to our band directors? And why are we not teaching them something to do with color guard as well? Like, I just don't understand. You are a CEO. Like, you are running an entire ship, and they're not set up appropriately. And I know I was not.
We're not talking about.
I see it all the time.
We're not talking about boosters and 501c3s, and do we have to take in taxes when we're doing our booth at the football game and pass out sodas, whatever? There's so many things. I mean, the lucky people, the ones who know they're not the smartest in the room, will reach out to resources. Like, let me talk to this color guard person who's going to help me to develop my program. Let me talk to this percussion person that's going to understand to take them beyond what I can do as a trumpet player, band director. Yeah, we can all do things, but I think the ego sometimes takes us away from realizing that we can learn from other people. And education-wise, we can do better.
Yeah. Now, it'll take some work to learn how to do these things and to set the pieces up. But yeah, I think that would be super helpful, actually, if there was a little bit more just practical business help in your band degree. Neil, you got one?
Well, as a middle school band director and somebody who talks to folks all the time on social media, I don't know that the university system does a great job either of preparing you for your small little rural job you're going to come into, probably as your first. Because I see people all the time that are going, I'm already burnt out. I'm only on year 4. And it's like you go into college wanting to do something big, and that's fine. I did too. And then, I got really fortunate, but you come out and you're not conducting a grade 5 or 6 band with the boosters already rolling, the semi truck, and you get into this spot where you got 50 kids and you're like, what am I supposed to do now? I think college needs to do a better job of putting that together and letting your expectations not be lower, but saying this is very possible that most of the country is more rural than it is a big place for you to teach with these big programs when you're coming fresh out of college.
Absolutely.
Great job, everyone. Set your equipment down. Gush and go.
All right. Well, since we got that off our chest, it's time to get into the Gush and Goes for the week. This is your chance to shout out something awesome that's happening in your life now, marching arts related or not, something you could be excited about with your students or really whatever's personal to you. So no negativity here, just pure unfiltered hype. Who's got something they want to gush about?
I'll go.
I can go first. Oh, you go, Nicole.
Nicole came through just before it. She won.
I know. It's like that bouncy off. We're powered by my hotspot today. I'm really excited to honestly finish, the rest of the road this week. I'm really excited to gush about, hey, what are we doing on finals day? Because I don't even know, but I'm excited to start it, do whatever we're doing. And then I have 3 weeks of nothing. And I'm excited about that because I've been going all summer long. And then, I'm going to be judging all marching band season. But, I like to be going. So, yeah, gushing about all that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm jealous. I wish I was out there this week. I'll take a quick opportunity to gush, I guess. But I'll be at a wedding this weekend on Friday for probably my closest friend from high school band. Did blue band with them, and then now we do Eagles drumline together. So good reason to miss DCI finals, but man,
is there going to be any Eagles football players at the wedding?
Any Eagles football players? No way. In my dreams. I'm contractually forbidden from fraternizing with them, and I think this would count as fraternizing.
Oh, wow. Some of our people in Philly went to training camp. We got to meet some football players and the mascot and all that good stuff. So, trombone player in the band went. He's a big Eagles fan.
We'll see a couple of them sometimes at Eagles Autism Foundation events. But yeah, no, I think us and the cheerleaders, we've got some specific rules. But let's get the gush and goes moving around the table. Neil, why don't you let us know what you're gushing and going on about this week?
I mentioned it earlier, but I'm excited to be a band dad and have a mellow section party at my house where they can watch finals. We try to show them shows, but if they don't come voluntarily when we have it at the band room, so they'll come and get to see it and watch finals and ask me questions. We'll all talk and clap and cheer and be merry.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be so fun. Well, enjoy that, man. Chris, what do you want to gush and go on about?
I'm excited this week. I always take advantage of introducing someone to the drum corps world for the first time, which I have happening this week in the Fruhauf box. Also, helping people that I marched with and people further back reconnect with today's world. So one of my best friends, I was actually in his wedding, is joining me for the week after getting off the get off my lawn side. Like, well, let me give these guys a shot, and hanging out with Crown a lot of the summer and realizing it's the same thing that we did, years ago. And it's happening. So I'm very excited about Crown this week because Fate was added to the end of their show. And I think Carmina Barana has been rocking it. And I'm hoping they get the credit they deserve. And I'm taking no comments from there.
Well, as a Crown alum, I'm hopeful for them as well, man. I wish that I could have seen them at one of the shows this week, but it's just not happening this summer. Too busy teaching. Gotta stop teaching. All right, Lori, what do you want to go on?
I'm over here sitting jelly because I don't get to have an alumni thing of anything because my classmen fell a long time ago. But I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I recently have gotten back into the world of all things marching arts assistantship. So most recently partnered with Chris with virtual assistant director, pairing up all of the things that I do now. I love working for myself and being able to help people in our industry take care of all their things, whether it be, uniforms, costumes, all of the accessories, tarps, you name it. And it's just fun to be a part of that. But what brought me here, what's really crazy, is I founded a brand called Starting Line Design Co. And it's still slightly in the works, but I have launched a handful of products, and I found a need for taking what's trending right now, in regular everyday fashion, and merging it with our industry. We see a lot of the traditional, if band were any easier, it would be called cheerleading or something like that, right? Those types of t-shirts, and just finding something more unique that's trendy and poppy right now, and being able to bring that to the world of our industry. And so it brought me back in full throttle. Now I'm doing costumes. I got to hang out. I'm doing on Guard Closet with Jeremy and his crew, and I'm just everywhere now. I'm engulfed, and it's great, and I love every little bit of it. So
nice. Well, that sounds really cool. Where can we find your stuff?
Right now, my shop is on Etsy. So Starting Line Design Co. It's all one word. And that's pretty easy. But otherwise, you'd find me on Virtual Assistant Director. Hit the little drop down, and you can find all of my things there.
Awesome. Well, everyone should go check it out.
It's called Gush and Go, not Gush and Stay. Let's go.
Well, thank you, everyone, for a great rehearsal this week. Thank you for everyone who is spending time with us today. Appreciate you for listening. Nicole, Neil, thanks for being on the call again. And Chris, where could our listeners find anything for you or for Fruhauf?
I'll be running all over the place like a chicken with its head cut off. Hint. I'll be at the Fruhauf Suite most of the week. I will be at the Hall of Fame dinner because we're welcoming Velvet Knights founder Jack Bevins into the Hall of Fame. I'll be around Sound Sport and Drumline Battle. I'll be around All Age. I'm going to be everywhere. So if you see a redhead running crazy, just say, hey, selfie. I'll promise I'll stop.
Awesome. Well, I wish I could be out there to see you, man. If anyone sees you, they should definitely stop you. So thank you all for being on the call. If you got a question or a good topic to talk about, you can email us at onawaterbreakpodcast@gmail.com or find us on social media and DM us if you want to be on the show. We've got a form now that you could fill out if you want to be a guest, and we love having people on the podcast. So go ahead, check that out at the link on our bio on social media. Or you could just take out your phone and make a video and send it to us. Maybe you'll see yourself on the podcast soon. One more thing, don't forget we have a YouTube channel now, so you could go and subscribe, see us all there. And before you close out of your podcast listening app, subscribe, write us a review, share it with a friend. It helps a lot, and we really appreciate it. So follow us on social media at On a Water Break, and we'll see you at the next rehearsal on a water break.
Go practice. The On a Water Break podcast was produced by Jeremy Williams and Christine Ream. The intro and outro music was produced by Josh Lyda. To learn more, visit lydamusic.com. And until next time, thanks for tuning in.